Hey everybody, Steve Hallstrom here back at Luther Family Ford on this beautiful July morning. Welcome to everybody who's watching us this morning on AM1100theflag.com or our Facebook page. Great to be here at Luther Family Ford with Joel and his team as we salute law enforcement again here for the month of July. Today we're honoring the West Fargo Police Department and want to say a special welcome to Assistant Chief Jerry Boyer here this morning. Thank you, sir, for all you do for the community and helping us get all this set up here today. And Joel Bechtold and your team at Luther, always great host to us. Thanks for having us over today, Joel.
We're glad to do it every month. It's fun.
Yeah, it's great to meet so many different people from law enforcement, have them over, especially at a time when support for them is so much needed in our community, isn't it?
They need to know that we're behind them, and there's more people behind them than what people are saying.
Yeah.
There's the silent majority. How's that?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. True story. I was down at Rosedale Mall down in the Twin Cities in Roseville over the weekend, and a law enforcement officer was coming down the escalator, and you never know how it is in the Twin Cities. It's a little bizarre down there right now. So I just caught eye contact with him. He was coming down the escalator, and I kind of stepped over, and I think he was like wondering, is this some Looney Tune guy or whatever? And which he was right about that, but that's another story. And I just said, hey, I want you to know that thanks a lot for what you do, and I know you don't hear it enough. And you could tell how much it meant to him. And a big smile on his face behind the mask, you could see. So I think it's important for us that when we're out and about places and we see people who are in law enforcement, that we just tell them, hey, we appreciate what you do. You don't have to say much, but just appreciate what you do very much. There's a lot of us out here that are behind you. I think that means an awful lot to them. So that's the spirit of why we're over here again today. Men and women of the West Fargo Police Department serve us 24/7, 365. We're very proud at AM 1100 The Flag to do this with Joel and his team each month. And this month's honoree is Officer Travis Johnson. I want to give you a little bit of information on Travis here, courtesy of Sergeant Ryan Haskell, who wrote up a great biography on him. He says, Officer Johnson has recently returned to patrol from the Investigations Division, and his peers and supervisors alike have repeatedly recognized his positive attitude, excellent work ethic, and his willingness to share his 15 years of law enforcement experience with younger officers. Officer Johnson began his career in 2005 in law enforcement. He came to the West Fargo Police Department in 2007. After about 7 years on patrol, Officer Johnson moved to the Investigations Division. He served in investigations from January of 2014 to March of 2020 and was the department's first intelligence analyst. So pretty cool thing there. On March of 2020, Officer Johnson returned to patrol on the evening shift. Officer Johnson has been very active since returning to patrol and can regularly be seen assisting newer officers with their investigations. Officer Johnson is rarely seen without a smile on his face, and he maintains an infectious good mood throughout his shift. In addition to his patrol duties, Officer Johnson is the lead advisor for the department's Police Explorers program. Prior to becoming an officer, Johnson was involved with the Fargo Police Department's Explorers program. His experience there led him to taking over the West Fargo program 11 years ago and helping to shape the future of law enforcement in the area. Would you please join me in saying congratulations to Officer Travis Johnson? So Travis, congrats. Thanks for coming out here today. Tell me a little bit about why you decided to get into law enforcement.
Well, I guess I just always wanted to help people and those that couldn't necessarily help themselves. So,
Great. That's a great attitude to have. Tell me a little bit about the different things that you have done. You've been in investigations, patrol, Explorers program. Tell me a little bit about those things that you do and why you enjoy them.
well, an additional thing I noticed they didn't make it on their bike patrol. They pay me to ride a bicycle,
Okay.
so I like that. With the Explorers and stuff, I grew up as an explorer and thought it was really important, really great step for me, and being able to pass that on as an officer now to, like you guys said, the next generation is huge. So we have a lot of great students in our program, and we have a few of them that are up and coming and have started in law enforcement too. So it's really fun to see the full circle.
That's great. Tell us about investigations. What did you enjoy about your time there?
Oh, it was a lot of different things, just kind of different change of pace, and everything from doing kind of the background stuff and finding people after the fact, or trying to prevent future things from happening. So,
Tell me the best part and the worst part about patrol.
The worst part is probably the hours, being away from family and stuff. But the best part is being out there and helping people. So.
Very good. Tell me a little bit about the ups and downs of the job. Everything in law enforcement, we know there are good times and then there are tough times too. That's an unavoidable part of it. How do you, when you've had one of those tough days of the office, maybe something has happened, you've been working on it, it doesn't end well, how do you leave that behind and head home, try to forget it all when you leave the office?
Well, I guess a lot of it is, your fellow coworkers who are probably on the call with you, and nobody understands it better than another cop. But you can always go home and talk to family about it. So.
Very cool. Tell me a little bit about the camaraderie you have with the team here. We've got a number of your colleagues with you today. What does it mean to have the support of them?
Well, it means just about everything. They're another side of family. So.
Yeah. Assistant Chief Boyer's here with us too. Jerry, tell us a little bit about Travis and what he's meant to your team.
Travis is pretty humble, but his work with the Explore program to bring in that next generation of police officers into this profession, into this calling, is something that really needs to be expounded on a little bit more. He's done a great job with that. We've got some good candidates that are coming in that we're actually going to try and hire that have come through his Explore program. So he's done a phenomenal job with that, along with everything else, and his attitude and just always a smile, and just a great guy to have around. Makes me feel old. That he's been around 15 years. It's gone by so fast.
Good. Well, Jerry, thanks for all your leadership too at West Fargo PD. You've been a huge part, obviously, of what's happened there, and it's always great to see you out whenever we see you out and about different places. So thank you, sir, to everything that you've done for our community and for us at AM 1100 and Luther Ford as well. Thanks very much, Jerry. Appreciate everything you've done. All right, Joel has donated a $100 gift card to Officer Johnson on behalf of the team here at Luther Family Ford. It's good for oil changes, tires, anything like that, and we'll be visiting with Travis about finding a good place for that to go, so a local nonprofit or charity or organization where they can use that. So thank you, Joel, for that generosity that you do every month. That's really great that you do that. Certainly something that's not needed, but very much appreciated by everybody here. Sandy's Donuts also will be saying their thanks, delivering some donuts over to the PD and also here to Luther Ford as well. On our website, am1100theflag.com, you can read more about Officer Johnson as well as all of the honorees we've had in this program going back now about 4.5 years since we started doing this. And we'll be inviting Travis to join us on the Need to Know Morning Show on AM 1100 The Flag in the coming days as well, to do a radio version of what we're doing here today. So we want to again remind everybody that these officers, they put their safety, their security, their lives at risk every single day when they go to work. And it's a very different lifestyle with the work than we have for most of us. So it's hard for us to all completely understand that, but we certainly respect that and appreciate very much what they do. They deserve our support and our thanks every day. So make sure that when you see them out and about, you let them know how much you appreciate them. Would you again please join me in congratulating our honoree this month, the Luther Family Ford Salute to Law Enforcement Officer Travis Johnson. All right, that'll do it for our program here at AM 1100 or at Luther Family Ford. On behalf of all of us at AM 1100 The Flag, we say thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here next time.